the CBS News 8 post-game edition.
Keep in mind, San Diego does not have a rushing touchdown since week 1. Woodhead is in, and finally the streak is over.
That was Danny Woodhead running in a touchdown, the Chargers' first rushing touchdown since week 1 of the NFL season, third on the year. Woodhead finished with 4 touchdowns and leading the Chargers on a spirited win over the Miami Dolphins by a final of 30-14. Hi, everybody, and welcome once again live here to the field at Qualcomm Stadium. I'm Kyle Kraska with you, and as you can see, it is pure chaos here as so many of the Chargers players have come out here to spend time with the fans, and none of these fans are going anywhere. Of course, one of the stars of the show is safety Eric Weddle, and you can see him here with his young kids, and he's interacting with the fans, signing autographs. Eric has been out here since the very end of this football game now, and he has been enjoying this time with fans. We know that this could possibly be the final home game in the history of the San Diego Chargers, but more likely for Eric Weddle, this is the end of the line. In his 9th season with the Chargers, he has said that this will be his last, so he is spending time in front of this home crowd for the very, very last time, and you can see how beloved Eric Weddle is, a relationship that he has really kindled over the past 9 years. A few moments ago, I had a chance to really talk to Eric Weddle and get some of the emotions he is feeling right now at this moment.
I'm just glad we got the win, just for the fans. They deserve it more than us, more than anyone. For the years of supporting myself, supporting the team, the city. I mean, that's what I'm most happy about right now.
Eric, for 9 years, you've had such a wonderful connection to these fans. If this is the end for you here at home, what does that feel for you?
I mean, it's sad. You know, I think about everything that's happened and everything that's 9 years is a long time. And
man, we love you, dog.
Think about my teammates. That's where I get hit the most. Because
I'm a fan of Eric Weddle.
Do anything for him, you know. So it's tough, but what can you do, you know?
But it's going to be pretty amazing right now, the way these fans have been chanting your name. How does this feel?
It's awesome.
See you in Denver.
All right, man. I'll see you. I mean, I couldn't ask for anything more. I mean, all the 32 jerseys it's
It's going to be tough to be away from this, isn't it? It's going to be very tough for you. You're an emotional guy. It's going to be hard.
Yeah, but it wasn't my doing, so I'm going to go where I'm meant to go.
All right, that's safety Eric Weddle still signing autographs here, and you can hear the fans behind me chanting, "Save our Bolts." And I have a feeling this chant is going to go on for quite a while tonight. Let me show you some quick highlights of this football game in case you missed it today, and it really was the Danny Woodhead show. It was all about Danny Woodhead scoring touchdowns today. In fact, he had 4 of them. This is in the first quarter, a 20-yard pass from Phillip Rivers. The point after attempt was missed, so the Chargers took a 6-0 lead on the Dolphins. And then in the second quarter, more Woodhead, but this one a little bit more significant, a 2-yard rushing touchdown, the first rushing touchdown by the Chargers since week 1 of the NFL season, and then he adds another one right before the half. Woodhead catches the pass in the corner from Phillip Rivers, who scrambled into position. Woodhead would add one more in the second half, and the Chargers go on to win by a final of 30-14. And of course, our Carl's Jr. star of the game is Danny Woodhead with his 4 touchdowns. What a game for Danny, and what an electric atmosphere it was here at Qualcomm Stadium throughout this football game. As you could tell, fans were really sensing that the end was near. I talked to many of the fans here to get their opinions on what happens next for the Chargers and to give you an idea of what it was like here today to be at Qualcomm Stadium. We're going to share those with you later on in the show, as we will share many of the voices from the San Diego Chargers players, as well as, once again, the chant "Save Our Bolts" begins to chorus here at Qualcomm Stadium. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, more here live from the field at Qualcomm Stadium. But as we send you off to break real quick, we want to send you out to Carmel Mountain Ranch, where Charger fans today were watching the Chargers beat up on a team for a change, knocking off the Miami Dolphins by a final of 30-14, and also enjoying some great food and some great beverage. We're back with more of your OG's post-game show right after this.
Thank you.
And welcome back live at Qualcomm Stadium. You see them, all the fans are still here in full force, and they are chanting, "Save our Bolts." It has been quite a scene here as many of the San Diego Chargers players have been circling the stadium, and they have been shaking hands and signing autographs. Phillip Rivers just did a circle of the entire stadium. Malcolm Floyd has been out here. You saw Eric Weddle. We're going to get to all of those momentarily, but I spoke with a lot of these fans here behind me, and they are very emotional. They said it has been an emotional game, an emotional day, and they are hopeful that this is not the end.
It's very emotional. We just don't know if this is going to be the last game here or not. So,
what do you sense?
I sense it may be.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know, but we're just excited to be here for the last game and just see if it's the last game. We're just excited to be on the field, be close to the players, see what they're doing, and hope to pull out a win to end the season.
Have you guys been coming to games a long time?
Yeah, about 10 years or so.
Can you even imagine football in San Diego without the Chargers? I mean, San Diego without football?
Not at all.
No, we hope they stay, but we'll see what happens.
What will you do with your Sundays if there's no football anymore?
Cry.
Not go to L.A.
Describe for people at home what it's been like here today. How has the crowd been?
This has been the biggest crowd we've seen in a long time, and I mean, it's just awesome. It's a little cheesy to say, but really it's been electrifying. We're so excited to be here. It's awesome.
You got to be a real fan to come here today, and you got to love the team, and hopefully they stay in San Diego because that's why we're here.
What's it been like for you?
It's not over till they're gone. We've got to keep on showing respect for the team, and hopefully they'll stay. Hopefully it'll work out. I don't know what else to say. It's just
Sean, what's your gut tell you? What do you think?
My gut is that they're going to stay eventually. They will realize this is their home. The fans love these guys to death. San Diego will not be the same without them.
Has this been difficult today? What's been like?
It's been very difficult. From the second I got here today, it's been difficult. I love these guys to death. I would hate to see them leave.
we love the Chargers, and we love you guys. We just wish to have it all back and to see you guys next year.
What does your gut tell you? What's going to happen?
You know, you put that many rich people in one room trying to make a decision, it might be like the government. They do nothing. That's what we're hoping for.
It's been really hard, you know. I've been going to the games since I was 2. So it's been like 10 years of me going to the games. So it's so exciting to come and see them play.
Get emotional a little bit when you think about maybe your Chargers are leaving town?
Yeah, very.
What will you do if they leave?
I don't know. Probably do something. I mean, I'm going to have to use my spare time with something now. Yeah.
And what's your gut tell you? What's going to happen?
I'm hoping they're going to stay, you know. I really want them to stay. They've been such a great team to the San Diego community.
I'll tell you got to love the fans here at Qualcomm Stadium. We're back now live with you as these fans aren't going anywhere. Let's get into a little bit of the highlights right now for you in case you missed the game today, and we're going to begin with our drive of the game. This happened late in the second quarter. The Chargers taking the ball right downfield and scoring. It all began with a 28-yard pass to Dontrell Inman on the left side. That got things going for the Chargers. That would lead to another passing play from Phillip Rivers, this time to his big tight end, number 85, Antonio Gates. That's a 12-yard gain to the 18. That would be followed by a Melvin Gordon 2-yard loss, but then Danny Woodhead, with his second of 4 touchdowns on the day, scores on the 19-yard reception from Phillip Rivers, and that is our drive of the game. The Chargers winning by a final of 30-14. When we come back, you will hear from Phillip Rivers. He was right here on the field, and you can tell what these fans think of a possible move to L.A. if you can hear it at home. We're going to hear from Phillip Rivers when we return with more of the OG's post-game show, so don't go anywhere. As we go to break once again, we send you off to OG's at Carmel Mountain Ranch, where fans are enjoying the football today. But I'll tell you what, fans, today this was the place to be, and hopefully this will continue to be the place to be. And football will be the thing to watch in San Diego for years to come. We're back with more of the OG's postgame show right after this. Welcome back to the OG's postgame show. As you can see, tight end Antonio Gates is now spending time with the fans, signing autographs. Antonio, have you ever seen anything like this in your career?
No, I mean, you know, we got so many memories here, man. It was our time to give a chance to embrace the fans and embrace this city. And can't say enough about the players and the way they was able to come out and fight today. It just speaks volumes about what we stand for here in San Diego and the characteristics of our football team.
You've had a brilliant career here, Antonio, and the fans have loved you for a long time. So what's the message to them today as you stand amongst them?
We just see what the future holds. Really, it's out of our control at this point. But we do know that we got some of the greatest fans in the world, and our team came out and fought. It says a lot about all the adversity we've been through over the past month, 6 weeks, and just wanted to come out and give a good showing if this is our last game at Qualcomm Stadium.
We don't want to think that way, Antonio. We hope to see you back here next year.
I know. I hope to be back, man.
All right, buddy. Thanks to see you. Great game today. All right, that's Antonio Gaze as he'll continue to sign some autographs for fans. And in the meantime, just a few moments ago, Phillip Rivers was here on the field, and we got a chance to hear from number 17.
I think it's a chance. I mean, they've been cheering for me and us for 12 years. I mean, so it's a chance. If it is the last time, just to say appreciate you coming, and especially in a year like this. We're 3-10 before today. I mean, we were 4-10, but it's been a rough year. But I mean, it's more than just win. The Chargers have been more than just wins and losses to the community. And I think that's very.
All right, that's quarterback Phillip Rivers. Now to some more nuts and bolts in the game. There was an injury we want to tell you about, our injury of the game. Melvin Gordon, late in the second quarter, went down with a knee injury. He was sent into the locker room, did not return. Later, we saw him in street clothes on the sidelines. We don't have an update on him, but once again, Melvin Gordon unable to get into the end zone today. It was, in fact, the Danny Woodhead show. We're going to take another quick timeout, but we're back with a lot more of the OG's post-game show. In a moment, we'll be out in the parking lot with fans, so stick around. More to come here live from Qualcomm Stadium. Welcome back to Qualcomm Stadium. Kyle Kraska with you live. Head coach Mike McCoy now spending some time with fans here. They're allowing fans to stay much longer than the norm, and they are getting every last opportunity to wish the Chargers well and wish them to stay here in San Diego. Now we send you out to the parking lot. Our own Ashley Jacobs spent time with fans out there getting their reaction to perhaps the final home game in San Diego Chargers history.
We feel sad. We've been coming for like 6 years.
I'm an old man, 42-year season ticket holder, and this is all I want, is one Super Bowl before I die.
For these fans, the Chargers are more than just a team in town. It's who they are. And during the last home game, possibly the last game ever, they make a Christmas wish. Chargers don't go. Throwing meat on the grill, playing catch, and cheering from the stands for decades. This is what they love. This is what they don't want to lose.
When you're that long of a fan, it's kind of hard to take. But I won't go to Carson. If they leave, they leave.
All right, we're back now, and you can see the fans are once again chanting, "Save our boats." We're going to take a quick timeout. We're back with more of the OG's post-game show with these fans right after this. All right, we're back now with more from Qualcomm Stadium. The Chargers, potentially their final home game today, and fans are absolutely fired up. You may not know the name Ron Dixon, but for 36 years, he's been the guy firing the cannon after touchdowns here at Qualcomm Stadium and after victories. He got a chance to fire that one, hopefully not for the last time today, but I spent a little time with Ron Dixon, asked him what this day means to him. How long have you been firing this cannon at Charger football games?
Since 1980. 36 years.
And how many games have you missed?
One. I had the flu one time and I just couldn't make it.
All right, so we can forgive you for missing one game in 36 years. Can you imagine not being here at Qualcomm Stadium firing this cannon every Sunday?
It's an incredible opportunity I've had to do this, and it's unlike anything else I've ever experienced in my life. Everybody asks me about the cannon and all that. The biggest thing I'm going to miss is the camaraderie and the crew and the fans and all that. That's the biggest part of football. I mean, you can turn on Channel 8 and watch a football game, but to be here, feel the vibrations. You know, you're here doing a sports report, and the fans and the excitement in our Cannon Club they make the experience.
What do you think you would do on Sundays if you weren't here doing this?
That's a really good question. I've been doing it for so long, I don't know what I would do.
Do you get emotional when you think about it? I mean, what are you feeling today?
It was a little nostalgic driving down here with the little boom buggy thinking this might be the last time I go to the queue with the cannon for the Chargers. But I'm an optimist. I think there'll be plenty of football in San Diego in years to come.
Well, we certainly share that sentiment and that hope. And thankfully today with the Chargers winning this football game, we're going to look forward to you firing that cannon one last time at the end of this game.
I love it. I like your thinking, Kyle. You're a great guy.
And he did, in fact, fire that cannon when this game was won today by our San Diego Chargers. You know, another huge story today, Malcolm Floyd, the wide receiver, is retiring at the end of this season. So without a doubt, for M80, this was the final game here at Qualcomm Stadium. Here's Malcolm Floyd after the game was all said and done.
It's pretty emotional, especially after a win. You know, I'm just great. It feels great that we went out like this and gave our fans a win. I'm just gonna miss the fans and you know, everything about San Diego. Oh yeah, it's very emotional. It's hard, you know, to focus on the game when something like that pops up. But you know, that's what we're here for—the battle for our city and our fans. Great way to go out. I wish we could have did more. I wish I could have did more for you know, our city this year. But like I said before, life isn't always, you know, a fairy tale. Definitely, I'm not gonna try and cry in front of you guys. But yeah, it was awesome that we just got a win today, so I could just soak it in. We almost cried in the huddle. It was tough. It was tough. I just try to stay focused and go out and win this game for us.
All right, that's Malcolm Floyd, and I've got to tell you, having covered Malcolm Floyd throughout his entire career, one of the finest human beings I've ever had the pleasure of covering, terrific on the field and off the field as well. And the same with Eric Weddle. If it's the end for Eric Weddle, he's been a class act the entire time, and I'm certainly going to miss covering Eric Weddle each and every day. You see the fans still here, not only at this level, but in the upper decks as well. They're sticking around as they hope to see some more players, see more coaches out here, spend a little time with them. And on a final note, I'll tell you this, I got a chance to bump into Dean Spanos when this game was over. Right outside the Charger locker room, I shook Dean's hand and wished him well, and I said to Dean, I said, well, Dean, is this the it? Is this the end? And he just kind of shrugged his shoulders and said, you know, who knows? We'll find that out in January. We want to thank you so much for sticking around, everyone, for the OG's post-game show. I'm Kyle Kraska with the fans live at Qualcomm Stadium. Stick around. We have more for you coming up here live from Qualcomm Stadium on CBS News 8 at 5, which begins right after this.